Y'all, as Jesus Christ is my witness, I don't even know how I found this. It was an open tab in my computer, and I have never seen this before. Thank you for tuning in to Hard News TV4. I'm your host, Terry Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is December 2nd, 2020. And y'all, this is just like God himself put this on my computer. Okay, govinfo.gov. Okay, and this is content details. 50 USC 1520, use of human subjects for testing of chemical or biological agents by the Department of Defense. Use of human subjects for testing of chemical and biological agents by the U.S. Department of Defense, accounting to congressional committees with respect to experiments and studies, notification of local civilian officials. Okay, so this is a war and national defense, use of human subjects for testing of chemical agents by the Department of Defense, 1997. So when you click on document and context, it's a long list of different PDFs. I mean, it's long. Okay, so I start just scrolling down, and I see section 1524, agreements to provide support to vaccination programs of Department of Health and Human Services. This paper is for the use of human testing of chemical agents or biological agents by the Department of Defense. And one of the PDFs is that agreements to provide support to the vaccination programs of the Department of Health and Human Services. So when I click on the little PDF and I just do a control search for vaccinations, this is what comes up. Now y'all look at this codification. Section was enacted as part of the National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA. Agreements to provide support to the vaccination programs of the Department of Health and Human Services. Agreements authorized. The Secretary of Defense may enter into agreements with the Secretary of Health and Human Services to provide support for vaccination programs of the Secretary of Health and Human Services in the U.S. through the use of excess peacetime biological weapons defense capability of the Department of Defense. I don't know exactly what all this means. It says report. No later than February 1st, 1994, the Secretary of Defense shall submit to the Congressional Defense Committees a report on the feasibility of providing Department of Defense support for vaccination programs under subsection of this section, and shall identify resource requirements that are not within the department's capability. Y'all, can you believe? What does this say over here? Oh, in this it gets into the War Powers Resolution. And you remember Trump said that he was invoking war powers? I don't know. This just does not sound good. I don't know how this even got open. I would have never even heard of this, wouldn't have known how to look for it. I'm going to leave y'all the links to this. But agreement with the Department of Defense to provide support through vaccination departments for the Program of Health and Human Services. And this whole thing is for use of human subjects for testing of chemical or biological agents. Y'all please leave me your thoughts on this. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.